Hello, friends. Anna here. Thanks so much for being here. I'm just kind of showing up makeup free today. A little bit different from my walk and talks, which I've done 5 of this week. If you haven't checked them out, go check them out. Go on your 20 to 30 minute walk with me. But I am popping on because I feel like we have a bunch of new people here and I want to do a little update to who I am, reintroduce myself to you, and talk a little bit about my journey here on this channel, talking about Ozempic and Wegovy and Manjaro and weight loss and all the things. So if you are new here, my name is Anna McKenna. I have been on a 2+ year journey on Ozempic. I started with Ozempic, went to Wegovy, and I have documented almost 60 pounds of weight that I have lost over the last 2 years and 1 month or so. And I'm just here to deliver things that have worked for me, things that I've had challenges with. And as always, this is not I'm not a doctor. I'm not a medical provider. This is simply my experience that I have come on YouTube to share with you throughout the last couple of years. And it has really been story time. It has really been a humbling experience to do this, but it has also been really, really rewarding because I think here in this community, we have really found a bunch of people who are here to not only lose a bunch of weight, but also change their overall lifestyle and live happier, healthier lives. And so real quick, if you have not found me on Instagram, you can find me at Anna McKenna Official. And I also have a website where you can join my waiting list. If you go onto anna-mckenna.com. I have a newsletter. If you just go, I want to find out about the masterclass, you can go on there and you'll be on my weekly love letters that I send out to talk about all things Ozempic, Wegovy, lifestyle, so on and so forth. So just to quickly recap, I started a lot, but almost 60 pounds heavier in November of 2021. I was feeling like very much down in the dumps, very depressed. We were kind of coming out of COVID, and I had spent 2 years basically at home struggling, not only with the stress that everybody else was struggling with, keeping their jobs and businesses alive, taking care of their family, trying to make sure that everybody was safe, happy, and healthy given the circumstances. But I also had a real big resurgence in my Hashimoto's disease and adrenal function. So I was really struggling a lot with my weight and just packing it on, and feeling very depressed, very anxious, and kind of like, what is going on? What am I going to do? I have actually never divulged on this channel how much I weighed. I'm still kind of like, I still have this thing in my head where I feel like I can't talk about the actual number, but one of these days I will. And I proceeded to get on a new medication, well, new to me anyway, called Ozempic through my endocrinologist because we had done a telehealth appointment and I think she found my desperation to be alarming. And so she said, why don't we try this Ozempic? There's been some really great studies. People are losing weight on it. It could be something that, you could benefit from. And so I agreed to try it. I remember exactly where I was. I was actually at a drill weekend out on the range and she was talking to me about this. And I was like barely in my uniform, which if you're military, like you need to be fit and healthy to be fit for duty. And I was not there. And I was really, really struggling and really panicking about how that was looking for me. So she put me on this medication and we began. And over the course of the last 2 years, I have published pretty regularly my titration up to different doses and what has happened since then. My journey continues. I was hoping that it would be like a 1 year, one and done, like I did it, great job. But it has proven to be really an ongoing lifestyle change and shift. And I have not gotten to my goal weight yet, but I am not giving up, which is why I'm doing my walk and talks now during the week, roughly around 8:15. If I can be there, I walk for 20 to 30 minutes every day just to get some more movement into my life. So join me on those if there are lives, if you can. And so anyway, we went through over a year of Ozempic. I titrated my dosage up. I actually moved on to Wegovy when my provider was able to obtain Wegovy, which, if you know anything about Semaglutide, it's Ozempic and Wegovy is exactly the same medication. It's just in different pens. And so I transitioned from Ozempic to Wegovy, and I have been on 2.4 of Wegovy for several months now. I have managed to really quiet the food noise in my head. I have been fuller longer, which has been wonderful. I have been able to travel where I need to travel with my pens. I have been able to manage my portions, and it has not been without some challenges, but I have to say overall, Ozempic and now Wegovy has been the best thing that I could have done to have lost this 60 pounds. It really, truly changed my life. And I know that medications are not for everyone. And I do think that it is a very individualized partnership with your provider when you are undergoing, obesity treatment, which is what this is. And it really is important that people are working with their doctors to figure out dosage and if this medication is right for you. And so at the time that I was getting on this medication, I was actually exploring gastric surgery, gastric sleeve, I think is what we were considering, my doctor and I. And I did not want to do it. I did not want to go under the knife, be put under anesthesia. For me, it was not something I really wanted to do, which is why I went ahead and started with this medication. And it absolutely changed my life. I have felt so much compassion for people who are struggling with trying to lose significant amounts of weight. And even though I had been working out tremendously and really struggling to lift heavy and run cardio, and to not have the scale move was really something that was putting me, straight up down into the dumps. And so now that I am 2 years and a month into this weight loss journey, I can now confidently say that I feel better in my clothes. I feel so much more like myself. And if you go back to some of my older videos, you may see that, I was in a pretty dark place for me, which is really saying something, because generally I've been a very positive, motivated person. But at the time that I was first prescribed this medication, I was pretty desperate to figure out what was going on with my body and my mind. Because as we all know, it really is a lot of our mind and our overall wellness. So I wanted to recap this for anybody who might be new here. And for the people who have been with me, since the beginning, I really appreciate everything that you guys have done to make this channel thrive. And I also appreciate, as I've pivoted into other areas of interest, because there's only so much Ozempic and Wegovy we can talk about, you guys have come along on the ride with me. And I am forever grateful that you are exploring other aspects of things that I find interesting and things that I think are important for people. And I really just appreciate everybody just being there for me, supporting me and supporting each other in this community. And just saying what's up, Anna? What's happening? I get a lot of DMs asking me lots of questions. And I've noticed more and more, it has really been about, it stopped working for me at 0.5 or it stopped working for me at 1. And the best thing that I can do when I try to answer those questions is tell you, here are some questions that you can ask your doctor. Throughout the course of this channel as well, I have tried to bring lower cost options to people through betterweightforlife.com, and they've given me a code that I can give to take off some of the people who have to pay out of pocket the cost for them. And then just recently, Beyond Borders has offered some lower discounted pharmacy supply as well. So I'll be posting a lot of that in my description box. But I just wanted to come in here and just for anybody in particular that was new and kind of wanted to know like what I was doing here, I wanted to really share my experience with Ozempic and Wegovy and share with you that it is an option for a lot of people. It may or may not be an option for you, and I encourage you to talk to your doctors about that. As always, I super appreciate everybody being here. You guys are always down for, even if it's a car video, you guys know I don't edit my videos. I just kind of get on here and talk about things. And I really appreciate everybody coming along on the ride with me. Go ahead and on Instagram, you can follow me at Anna McKenna Official. And yeah, I have a lot of exciting things coming up. So thanks so much for being here, and I'll catch you next time.